Ghana Blasters head coach Otto has named 25 players for the battle against Sudan. Yes, Sudan in the AFCON 2025 qualifiers. Remember, our results so far in the AFCON qualifiers has not been good. First of all, we lost to Angola in Kumasi for the first time in 24 years. Then we went to Morocco and lost to Niger on neutral grounds. No, we drew with Niger on neutral grounds on a 1-1. So on the AFCON qualifier league log, Ghana has just a point, and we need to win against Sudan to ensure our qualification to the AFCON 2025, which will be hosted in Morocco. So Coach Otuado this afternoon has named 25 players for this crucial clash against Coach Kwesi Appiah, who is also a Ghanaian, former captain of the Black Stars, former assistant coach of the Black Stars, head coach for the Black Stars in 4 years. He is currently a member of the Ghana Football Association ESCO committee, so that tells you how important this game is currently. They also have won some games in their qualifiers. But before you go into the details of the squad and the reactions that have come after the squad announcement, let me take you through the 25 players that Otuado has named for this crucial encounter. So the goalkeepers are Lawrence Atizigi, Joseph Wallacott, Frederick Asare of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Tariq Lamte, Kingsley Schindler, Alex Jiku, Abdul Mumin, Mohamed Salisu, Jerome Opoku, Ali Deseidu, Gideon Mensah, and Isaac Afo, who is a local player who plays for FC Samatex in the Ghana Premier League. Now to the midfielders, we have Thomas Partey of Arsenal, Ibrahim Suleiman of Atalanta, Majid Ashmeru plays for Anderlecht, Elisha Wusu plays for AJ Auxerre in the French League. We also have Mohamed Kudus in there. Ibrahim Osman plays for Feyenoord in the Dutch Eredivisie. Ernest Nyama is back to the squad. He plays for Olympic Lyon. Fatal Ishaku plays for Leicester City. Antoine Semenyo, who plays straight for Bournemouth, is in there. Jordan Ayew, who plays for Leicester City, is also in there. Joseph Pencil is in that squad. Brandon Thomas Asante, and the last player on the list is Inaki Williams, who plays straight for Atletico Club de Bilbao in the Spanish La Liga. So these are the 25 players that have been called by Otuado. Now let's do a bit of analysis in here. So out of the 25 players called, we have two local players in there. Goalkeeper Frederick Asari of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He's been a regular in the team already for a year now. Now there's a new player who has received a debut call-up in this squad. That is Isaac Afo, plays for FC Samatex. He was part of the winning squad that won the Ghana Premier League last season. He currently plays for them, and if he has featured in their CAF Champions League games played so far. Currently, he has played 3 Ghana Premier League games and has also played 3 CAF Champions League games. So this season he has played 6 games. He is a left back. Let's see what he'll be able to do in the squad, whether he'll be able to make his mark in this particular squad. Ernest Nyama is back into the squad again after missing the previous 2 games that we played due to injury. Gideon Mensah is also back from injury and he has been slotted into the squad. I've already mentioned that of Isaac Afo. Now let's take a look at some of the things, some of the reactions, some of the questions that Otuado answered during the squad announcement. Now, there was a question about what he sees about this game, especially in James Kwesi Appiah, who is a Ghanaian first of all, who is a former captain of the Black Stars, being an assistant coach of the Black Stars for 6 years, being the head coach of the Black Stars for 4 years, currently an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, and now he is the coach of Sudan national team, doing great exploits with them. He's not the only one. There is a Ghanaian assistant coach also in there. Fatal Dada was before named that the Black Stars goalkeeping coach, was the goalkeeping coach for Sudan. For Kwesi Appiah, he knows the team in and out. He's worked with Otuado before in 2014 when Ghana featured at the World Cup. Otuado acted as a scout for James Kwesi Appiah during our World Cup in Brazil 2014, scouting opponents for him. So the two managers know themselves very well, while Kwesi Appiah also knows Ghana's team very well. And On speaking about that, Otuado did mention that he respects Kusiapia so much. He has worked with him for a very long time and he understands the magnitude of this game. So that's what he said about Kusiapia. He also did mention that we need to improve on our defensive discipline. Ghana have conceded against Angola, we conceded against Niger, in the game against Mali, we also conceded, and we seem to be conceding in all our games. And defensively, we've not have consistency. We've not have those defenders who feature day in day out for the Blasters. In terms of discipline, in terms of communication at the back line, it's not been too good for the Blasters of Ghana. And Otuado did mention that yes, they need to improve the defense very well. They need to be very disciplined. The players need to be very disciplined, and they don't have to concede a lot of goals, especially against Sudan. Remember, the games the dates for the games have changed. The game will be played on Thursday, 10th October in Accra, 4 p.m., while the return leg will be played on Tuesday, 15th October in Libya because of the political instability in Sudan. So it's a big game coming up. Now, there was also a question about Inaki and Semenyo, who had been deployed at the wings at their various clubs. Inaki at Atletico Bilbao and also Semenyo at Bournemouth, respectively. They are getting the numbers for their team, but when they come to the Blasters of Ghana, they don't seem to replicate that form for them. And Otuado, they said, yeah, he is very much aware of that, but the Blasters as a team, they need to look out for what is important for the team and not what is important for the players. So he did mention that yes, they are working on that. He's going to play players based on the positions that will work for the team and not based on positions that will work for us. And I think that going forward, Otuado needs to take a second look at that. We need to be playing players at their best position. We need to get the good out of players from the best position that they play at their various clubs. But for Otuado, he says he will do what is good for the team. And speaking about local players, we have two local players in there, Isaac Afo and Frederick Asare. Now, there was a question about why most local players, when they are being called, they are not able to feature so well in the Blaster setup. Sometimes they don't get any playing minutes at all. Sometimes they don't get any call up. But Wado did mention that he calls players not based on where they are playing. If you're a good player and you are playing in second division, he'll call you. Whether you are playing in first division, he doesn't like the tag local players. So for him, he chooses to call players who fit his philosophy, players who are important to the team, and he doesn't call players based on where they play. He says there's nothing like local players because he gave an example of Kudus, who grew up in Yuma, played most of his uh, early football at Nima. He says that he doesn't see him as a local player. So for him, he doesn't like the tag we give to players as local players and international players. He thinks that all of them are players, and once the player fits his philosophy, he is going to call them. Again, he did mention that the game against Niger was very bad, poor performance from the players. He did mention that the playing staff were also disappointed with the performance, and he's calling upon all the players and upon all Ghanaians to support the Blasters of Ghana. So, this is the squad announcement. In subsequent video, I'm going to bring you up to speed on what's happening in the camp of the Blasters. The players are starting camping on Monday, then they'll be training at the Accra Sports Stadium. So we play the game on Thursday, 4 p.m. Be at the Accra Sports Stadium. Let's share the Blasters on so that they will qualify to the AFCON. This is a big game because we need to win against Sudan to make a statement and then go to Libya to also win that game. So this is Ohinba Sports. My name is James Ohinba Makion. Thank you for watching this particular video. Subscribe, like, comment, share to your friends so that they will also not miss out what's going on in the world of sports. See you in another video.